Ryan Bergh of Havana, North Dakota, has been sentenced to 8 years in prison after pleading guilty to kidnapping and reckless endangerment. He was facing a long string of charges after kidnapping the bartender here in Forman, North Dakota, last October. For background on all this, here's our original reporting on the case.
We have a bizarre kidnapping case out of southeastern North Dakota in Sargent County in the town of Forman. According to court documents, this happened at Deuce's Bar in Forman on October 19th around 2 a.m. The female victim reported that Ryan Bergh allegedly had taken her at gunpoint and forced her into his vehicle. The sheriff in his report says he committed other felonies while committing the act of kidnapping. He terrorized her by pointing a loaded .357 Magnum pistol at her multiple times during this horrific encounter. The victim was scared that he was going to shoot or kill her. He also committed reckless endangerment with a firearm by pointing a loaded firearm at her. He allegedly held her against her will for numerous hours. He asked for a hand job from her while they were parked in a field. He kept saying, "Would you like me to rape you? Or will you give me a hand job?" Bergh said if she attempted to run, he would shoot and kill her. There was some struggling and fighting when the victim tried to get away from him. There were tire marks on the street near the courthouse where she tried to open the door and get out. The door had swung open and there was property of Bergh's that had fallen out. The victim said Bergh held her by force and threat of gunpoint to ride around with him for hours. This continued until the sun come up. This is when Bergh drove the victim to the sheriff's house, gave her the gun he used to terrorize her, and told her to go knock on the sheriff's door. The sheriff says the victim was physically assaulted by Bergh. Her nose and mouth were bloodied by the confrontation. The sheriff says he showed up and gave Bergh commands, detained him, and took him to jail.
Again, Bergh now sentenced to 8 years in prison after pleading guilty to kidnapping and reckless endangerment. I'm Neil Carlson reporting for iNewZ.TV.